What's going on, Lawn Care Nation? Cameron here with the Lawn Care Life in Missouri. Today it's going to be mulch against the side discharge. We're going to line them up. This grass is super thick. It grows whether it rains or not, so it's been pretty hot. It's kind of drying out here in Missouri, but this grass is keeping on growing. We're going to put the two mowers out here, the Z3X, put them to the test, see which one performs the best, and see just how well each one of them looks. So I have ran like the mulch kit on zero-turn mowers over 10,000 hours, almost 11,000 hours that I've put on the zero-turn mowers in the past, over the years, and I've mulched 100% of the time. So I've got a lot of hours under my belt mulching. That's what we normally do here to make it look nice and clean. And when you see pictures and videos of the lawns that I mow, most of the time they've been mulched up. So like I said, gonna get the Ferris Z3X out here, line them up, and hey, let's get mowing. Okay, real quick, when I do get on these mowers and take off mowing, we're gonna go ahead and make things even, make things fair. We're gonna put the mower deck on 3 inches. I think that's a pretty good average height all across the US, whatever grass you're mowing. Maybe 2 inches, maybe 4 inches, but we're gonna put it right there in the middle, set it at 3 inches, and show you guys how well these mowers can cut this grass, whether it's side discharge or the mulch setup. Okay, so like I said, we put the deck on 3 inches, went ahead and mowed this area over here, made a couple of passes back and forth. We're gonna walk the lawn here, see how well the mower dispersed all the clippings from the side discharge. So as we walk out here, you do see some clippings that have been chopped up but still thrown and left on the lawn. It's not a perfect cut by any means. You get down here a little closer where it was a little thicker, and you'll be able to pick that up a little bit easier on camera, but you do have some grass clippings about, I'd say about three inches long or so. Got some grass clippings here on top of the lawn with the side discharge. Starts getting a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier in this area right here. And again, about 2.5, 3 inches long. Have a little bit of clumps, a little bit of grass sticking on top. Now this is of course going over it just one time, right? See how it's kind of clumped up? Now, that'll give you an idea of what it looks like with the side discharge. Now let's go over here. Of course, this is where I mowed. This is where the grass is kind of throwing it out in the lawn where I haven't mowed yet. So you see some grass clippings in there, and of course the more grass I cut, the more clumps or the more grass you're gonna have over here in this area where I haven't mowed yet. So that may give me a little bit of challenge with the mulch kit, but I'm gonna get on the mower with the mulch kit and I'm gonna run over these grass clippings and cut the grass at the same time, 3 inches, and let's see what that looks like. Okay, so a few things to point out real quick. So you guys saw where I side discharge, you saw what it looked like there, and then as I was going or coming back this way with the side discharge, I was blowing the grass out that way on the lawn that hadn't been cut yet. Well, I took the mulch kit down through there and mowed a couple of passes, and where that grass had been thrown onto the lawn where it hadn't been cut with the side discharge, it was a little tricky to mulch all the clippings up. There's a little bit kind of rough looking stuff and a lot of clumps where it just wouldn't mulch up the grass in one pass and make it look nice and clean. But over here to the side where the grass clippings were not on the grass before I mowed, and it was just straight grass that needed to be cut, made a couple of quick passes back and forth, and for the most part it's clean as can be with little to no clumps. So I'll kind of show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. So the couple of rows over there, like I said, side discharge through the grass clippings on top. Now you do have this row right here, and then this one and this one where the grass clippings were kind of thrown on top of the lawn, and I went over it with the mulch kit. Started here, came back here, and went back over there. So these three stripes right here, if you will, they're going to show the most clumps because there was already dead grass clippings on top of the uncut lawn, like you can see right here. I don't know if you can see that real well in the camera, but these three rows right here do have a little bit of grass. Let's kind of show you a little bit better over here where it gets a little thicker, more clumps. But you get the idea. This row, and this row had the grass clippings on it before I mowed it, so they didn't mulch in real well, as you can see. Have the clippings kind of, on the fresh cut grass. Now when we go back the other way, we'll show you this row, and this row are going to be your rows that didn't have any grass clippings on top, just grass that needed to be mowed, and they look a whole lot cleaner. Now there are some areas where on the very side where the mulch kit and the plate kind of blocked off that grass, you got a little bit of a trail. If you can see it right here on the right side of this mower, when I was going back this way, the right side where the plate blocks that grass off, you do have just a little bit, but it's really not noticeable at all. Nothing like the side discharge area, and for the most part it's a really clean cut. See a little bit more right here, but like I said, for the most part a really nice clean cut. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over the area where I side discharge. I'm going to go over it one more time with the side discharge. The area where I mulched, go over it again, and just kind of compare the two. Okay, so went over everything again for the second time. Like I said, side discharge over here in the middle. We mulched a lot of the grass clippings that were left over from the side discharge, and then over here on the far side it was just 100% mulching. So let's check out the lawn, let's see what it looks like now. So as you can see, side discharge, it did a whole lot better going over it the second time. For the most part you have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stripes here that are side discharge. So I will get over here and show you a little bit on this side where you do start seeing a little bit of clumps or a little bit of grass just kind of hanging around. Didn't really completely leave. We have a little bit left on top here with the side discharge, so that just gives you an idea of what the side discharge will do on the second through. Now I kept the deck at the same height, 3 inches. Go over here, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 4 right here pretty much are the ones where I went over it with the mulch kit after the side discharge kind of blew some grass clippings over here. A little bit of strand left right here from the clumps from the side discharge, but not too bad for the most part. Looks nice and clean. And then if we hop over here to 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. These stripes right here. Just gonna back up a little bit. This is 100% mulched. No grass clippings have been thrown out here with the side discharge mower, and it looks 100% perfect out here. So went over this area, of course, twice with the mulch kit only, and you'd have to look real hard to find some grass clippings, or man, I really can't find any. I mean, it just leaves such a nice smooth cut, a whole lot better than the side discharge going over it the second time. So I hope that gives you an idea of mulching versus side discharging. I'm gonna finish this little area up, then we'll hop over here to this other patch just right over here. We'll kind of do the same thing again and show you the same results. This time trying to keep the side discharge and the mulching completely apart from one another. So one side 100% mulch, other side 100% side discharge. Kind of show the two and see what looks best. So like I said before, I have a little over 10,000 hours on the Toro mowers over the years, and everything has been mulched. So I have a ton of experience mulching, using the mulch system, the mulch kits on the Toro mowers now. The Ferris, kind of new to still. I have about just under 1,000 hours on my two Ferris combined, under 1,000 hours with the mulch kit. So I'm still learning the Ferris Z3X mulch kit system, how it performs and what works best, but I've kind of got it dialed in by now, and I'm trying to perfect it a little bit more. But like I said before, I have this this patch behind me. I'm going to take the Ferris Z3X, we're going to mulch maybe halfway over, and then we're going to grab the side discharge, and from this side on we're going to throw the side discharge on there. So we'll go over it once, we'll see what it looks like, then we'll go over it a second time and kind of give you a final idea of how the mulch kit works. Same thing with side discharge. So I'm hopping on the mulch kit and I'm going to chop this grass up. Alright guys, just made 6 passes with the Ferris Z3X with the mulch kit on there. We're gonna check it out. Like I said, just made 1 pass on it. Let's see how well it looks, or see how good it cut up the grass. Okay, here we go. So as we walk down through here, I'm not seeing a whole lot of grass. Not seeing a whole lot of grass clippings on top. It's not the smoothest, cleanest cut by any means, but what I'm looking at is there's not any grass clippings left on top, right? Now if you come over here to the side, we'll see a little bit right in here. I don't know if you can pick that up. A little bit of grass right there, but for the most part, no grass clippings at all. Maybe a couple over here. Pick that up. Maybe a couple right there, but for the most part, and I'm telling you, man, this grass is thick. It's thick. It's been over a week since I cut it, and like I said before, it grows whether it rains or not. This grass is definitely toughest, thickest grass that you're gonna cut, but it left an overall pretty good appearance just going over it one time. Now I'm gonna go over it one more time, we'll look and see what it looks like after that. Okay guys, pass number 2, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the Ferris Z3X with the mulch kit, and it made it look perfect. There's no clippings left. You can take my word for it, but if you don't believe me, let's go check it out and you can see for yourself. So like I said, there's no clippings at all left on top of the lawn. Everything is nice, smooth. Left a nice clean cut. Cutting it at 3 inches. And yeah, the Ferris Z3X with the mulch kit does the job. And let's swing back around this way, looking back. Give you a different angle with the sunlight. But same thing, the Ferris Z3X with the mulch kit, leaving a nice clean cut. Now I'm gonna go grab the side discharge. I'm gonna do this other side over here with that. See what it looks like, do the same thing, go over it once, check it out, go over it a second time, compare the two. So let's get the Z3X over here with the side discharge and cut this grass. Alright guys, side discharge, let's check it out. So as you can see, definitely not a clean cut. We have a little bit longer clippings here, probably 3.5 inch long clippings. Some even a little longer than that. But a lot of clippings thrown on top of the fresh cut grass. A few clumps out here. That's just going over it one time, of course. We'll go over it a second time, and of course it's going to look a lot better, but just one pass you can tell a huge difference between the side discharge and between the mulch kit. Let's get an angle back this way. Sunlight hits it a little bit different this way, and as you can see, plenty of grass clippings, plenty of clumps over here. So there's really no way around it. If you want it to look good, you're gonna have to go over it a second time, obviously, because it just leaves too much grass laying on top of that fresh cut lawn. So I'm gonna set the camera down again, go over it one more time, 2 times total, see how it looks when we finish up. There you go guys, side discharge on the Ferris Z3X, second time mowing it. What's it gonna look like? It's gonna look a lot better, but is it gonna look as good as the mulch kit? I don't know, let's check it out. So we got a little bit of grass clippings. I mean, may not even be able to see those in the camera. A little bit right there. Not too bad though. Not too bad. A few grass clippings over here. Maybe where the grass was a little thicker. Didn't chop it up as well, but now instead of 3.5 inch long grass clippings, you have about 2 inch long grass clippings. Got some clumps right there. we'll switch it around and show you the other angle with the sunlight hitting it the other way. And as you can see, a few clumps here. Definitely not as clean as the mulch kit, and that's one of the reasons I've been running the mulch kit like 100% of the time here in Missouri, because it just leaves a much nicer, cleaner cut. You don't have to worry about keeping the grass clippings out of the beds or off the driveway, sidewalk, all of that mess. You just basically go back and forth all day long. Don't have to worry about different angles or positioning the mower a certain way so you don't throw grass clippings everywhere. But anyways, I ran this for a really long time. Like I said, I got about 11,000 hours mulching. And I will say it's not for everybody, because if you have a smaller horsepower engine, I don't know how it's going to work for you. I mean, if you mowed it a little taller, may do pretty well, but for the most part, the whole time I've been mulching, I've had 34 horsepower engines. Had the 34 horsepower Kohler EFI and the 34 horsepower carbureted Kawasaki engine on the Toro 6000 series, G3 series mowers. And then the old Toro 500 series actually had a 28 horsepower EFI on that. It did pretty well, but not like the 34 horsepowers. Just a lot more power to mulch those grass clippings up. And as you guys know, on the Ferris Z3X, we have the 37 horsepower Vanguard EFI. So tons of power, a lot of, just a whole lot of power to move through some tall, thick grass and to mulch those clippings up. So that makes a big difference. All right, lawn care community, it's time to let me know, man. Do you guys mulch or do you side discharge? Let me know in the comments below. Like I said, we mulch all the time. When you're up around those small houses, it's just so easy to go back and forth. You don't have to worry about which angle you're throwing the grass. You don't have to worry about pulling down and closing a chute or whatever. Maybe use the quick chute, the grass flap, I don't know, but the mulch kit's been working good for us. Anyways, I gotta get off here. I gotta finish up, gotta get this lawn mowed. Pretty sunny day here in Missouri, but we're getting these pop-up showers. We're getting these pop-up showers here and there, and it looks cloudy off to the north, so better get this one wrapped up and better head on to the next one. So anyways, guys, I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a great season. Let me know in the comments below, mulch or side discharge, what do you guys do? Thanks again for watching. I'm Cameron with the Lawn Care Life in Missouri. Hope you guys have a blessed day, and as always, man, God provides.